Russian stock trading to resume after record market shutdown. Russia will restart trading in some local equities, ending the nation's record-long shutdown that was meant to shield domestic investors from the impact of tough sanctions over its invasion of Ukraine. The Moscow exchange will resume trading in 33 Russian equities, including some of the biggest companies such as Gazprom and Sberbank. This will happen on March 24 between 9:50 a.m. and 2 p.m. local time. The Bank of Russia said in a statement that a ban on short selling these shares will apply. It said, adding to an earlier restriction on foreigners exiting local equities. Moscow stock trading has been halted from February 28, making the longest closure in the country's modern history. I know because I have personally I have some shares in Sberbank. I bought them at 1.3, but for foreigners, you will see that later on in the video. We have ADR shares, what means that you have like a share from a bank that invested in the Moscow. So it's not, you not really have the exact share. It's like investing in Chinese companies. We will see how that turns out. Even with a ban on short selling, local traders and strategists are bracing for a sell-off, as international sanctions hit everything from Russia's ability to access foreign reserves to the SWIFT bank messaging system. Russia's index has slumped more than 45%, the most on record, and this since the day the invasion started. The ruble is amongst the worst performers this year, although it has edged higher over the past week as peace negotiations continued between Russia and Ukraine. In a sign of what might happen when local stocks trading reopens, European companies with business exposure to the country have lost more than 100 billion in market value since the war risks surged. Russian companies, global depositories receipts slumped more than 95% before being halted, and global index providers removed the nation's shares from their indexes. What is a global depository receipt? It's the ADR I was talking before. It's a certificate issued by a bank that represents the shares in a foreign stock on 2 or more global markets. So, yeah, it says ADR or GDR. To shield the economy and markets from steep losses, the Bank of Russia earlier banned brokers from selling securities held by foreigners on the Moscow exchange. The very limited reopening will make little difference to foreigners who cannot sell and remain trapped, assuming they have not already marked down local holdings to zero, said Malik, a strategist in Dubai. Foreign holdings of Russian stocks stood at 86 billion at the end of last year, according to data from a Moscow exchange. With foreigners from unfriendly geographics at bay, the pain will be less severe, said Lewis Sounds, head of international distribution at Sinair London. The Moscow exchange will resume trading in 33 stocks out of 50 listed in the benchmark index. Earlier this month, Russia said it plans to deploy up to 10 billion from its sovereign wealth fund to buy up battered local stocks. This compared with the 650 billion market capitalization of the companies of the Russian index before the rout began on February 21. On Monday, the nation's local bonds slumped as trading resumed for the first time in 3 weeks. At the same time, bondholder concern eased after Russia avoided triggering the first foreign default in more than 100 years, after 170 million of interest payments started to reach international investors on Friday. In more news, a very memorable quote from Warren Buffett: "Be greedy when others are fearful." The 91-year-old billionaire investor revealed Monday that his Berkshire Hathaway will spend $11.6 billion to buy insurance company Allegheny. The deal will expand Buffett's insurance empire further beyond auto insurance player Geico and reassurance beast General Reassurance Corporation. Allegheny holding more than 12 billion holding more than 12 billion in sales last year and 1.1 billion in net earnings. While diving deeper into the insurance space, Buffett has also gone shopping for energy names. Ooh, very nice. That's in our sector. That's what I like. For energy names amid soaring crude oil prices in the wake of the Russia-Ukraine crisis, Buffett scooped up another 18.1 million shares of Occidental for close to 1 billion last week. The latest purchase come hot on the heels of Berkshire spending 6 billion or so in the prior 2 weeks to buy up Occidental shares. Berkshire now owns nearly 14.6% of Occidental Petroleum through its roughly 140 million shares. The company will hold a key investor day, and that's today, Wednesday, March 23. Interestingly, these deals arrive despite Buffett's favorite stock market indicator flashing overvalued. Interesting. If you like these type of videos, guys, keep up with the latest news. Hit the subscribe button. I love you all and I hope to see you in the next video.